Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Moveset video, and today we're doing Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Kinda just decided to do these two in the same video because they're kind of the same, they're right next to each other in the Pokedex. Basically, it's just their stats kind of change, and they have small tweaks to their movesets. But, yeah. So, first I'm going to start off with Nidoking, and you want to go physical. I mean, if you really want to, you could try to use that 85 special attack, but I don't think that's gonna work. I'm pretty sure this won't work out well. And I mean, you do have good coverage. You don't have a ground option for special though, so you kind of lose out on a stab. So that's why I just kind of recommend physical. You have that 102, and I mean, you could run the special attack set to just be that one guy that catches people off guard, and it could work. They could switch into a physical defensive Pokemon and then get hit really hard. If Earth Power was a thing, I think it would be a good idea. Because then Melmetal, because Melmetal is very heavily physical defensive, you would actually have like a way to get rid of it. And I think the same with Rhydon too, because Rhydon's pretty tanky on the physical side, but not too much on the special. So if Earth Power was a thing, I think the special set would work, but since it's not, I kind of just go physical. It's the best you got. But with this set, you kind of take out a lot of Pokemon. Most of the time you're going to be taking damage, but then you just kind of take them out the next turn. So with Earthquake as an example, I'm pretty sure every single electric type except Zapdos, you one-shot. They will attack you, and then you hit back and one-shot them. And I'm pretty sure they don't have anything that they can kill you with. The closest one would be Alolan Raichu, which can do like an average of 80% of your health with a Psychic. So, Alolan Raichu can be deadly, but it won't kill you. You'll still beat it. It's just, you kind of are free kill for whatever the next Pokemon your opponent switches in. Yeah, because you only have an 85 base speed, so it's not really the best. So, yeah. Also, fire types you hit really well. So, like Pokemon like Ninetales, Arcanine's like 2-shot, but if ever they use Flare Blitz to do a lot of damage back, the recoil damage plus Earthquake will kill it. So that's if it's a physical set, and then if it's a special set, it's not killing you. It doesn't have enough. Yeah, so you can do that. I think Arcanine might actually still win that, but actually I can double check it. Now that is with Nidoqueen right there, but we could just put a flamethrower on this. Give it a. I think you kind of want that speed. Let's do it with Nidoking. Do that. Give it Earthquake. Yeah, so you're guaranteed a 2-shot, but it has to 3-shot you, assuming it doesn't get like a burn. Although if it were to go full on out, so like Modest Nature, let's say, it only gets a chance. And then Flare Blitz, like I said, it's its only fire physical option, so it'll do the recoil. That'll then kill itself, and it can't one-shot you. Now Arcanine might have another move. I didn't see any when I did like a quick glance at Arcanine, but maybe there is some move that Arcanine has that's bad for you, but there's none that I know of. So yeah, most of your fire options are good. Most of your or most of the Pokemon that you're super effective on with Earthquake's good. Now Rock is kind of the only problem because most of the Rock types are extremely tanky. Being Golem and Rhydon, they're extremely tanky that you have to 2-shot them. But since they're also ground type and you're weak to ground, they one-shot you back. So you do get the first hit on them, but they will hit back and defeat you. So there's that problem there. Alolan Golem you're fine with. You're 4 times super effective on that, so it's obliterated. Yeah, you're also good. Did I say poison type? Did I already go through? I'm trying to remember if I went through poison types too. Ground is super effective on a lot of things. I'm just gonna say that right now. No, I didn't go through poison type. So, Arbok's gone. Wheezing, I think Wheezing. Was Wheezing gone? I think Wheezing had a chance to be gone. I don't think it was guaranteed gone. Gotta get rid of that Levitate. Oh no, Wheezing tanks it. Okay. So, oh, Adamant too. Yeah, so Wheezing can tank that. Muck I know is a 2-shot kill, but it can't really do too much to you. Beedrill is one that's very interesting. Let me go over Mega Beedrill. So we got Beedrill here. Let me get rid of this adaptability. So we have a 43% chance to one-hit KO it. Now, note it outspeeds us, so it will be attacking first. And one problem is it gets Drill Run, and I'm pretty sure any Beedrill set is going to be running Drill Run. I put it on my set because Drill Run is a good move, so there is this problem. You will get 2-shot by that, and if you don't get that 43% chance to one-hit KO, you're going to be the one dying. So there is that to be worried about. Beedrill just kind of is an interesting option. I don't think I also had Rock Slide on the set. I don't think that changed anything. I think that was actually worse. Actually no, it does a tiny bit more damage. What's that odds? Okay, they're the same mods. I don't know why this one goes higher, but has the same. Okay, but yeah. So there's that. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of it for Earthquake. Next is Poison Jab, which is mostly only going to be used for fairy types. It's mostly going to be your fairy type super effective attack. It doesn't really one-shot any of them. It does like about usually 80 to 90% damage to all fairy types, except Mr. Mime. I'm pretty sure Mr. Mime got one-shotted. Although one problem with Mr. Mime is that it can do a lot of damage back because it has Psychic. So you got to be careful with that one, and it does outspeed you. So there's that. Yeah, I'm trying. Let me think. Other things. Poison. Oh, another fairy type to be worried about though is Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales, because yes, you do hit it hard, but it hits you back even harder, and it does outspeed you. So it doesn't get the one-hit KO even with Blizzard. I calc that, but it will do like 90% damage to you, and you can't kill it with Poison Jab. It tanks it. So yeah, it doesn't become so. It's not the best. And then with grass types, which is also super effective on, it's not too helpful because most of the grass types in Gen 1 are also poison, and poison resists poison, so kinda isn't the best. It doesn't work out best. So like Venusaur, it's like it's either a 3 or a 4-shot KO with that. So I think Earthquake actually performed better because Earthquake's neutral and Earthquake does 100 base power, so you're actually better off Earthquaking any of those Pokemon. Vileplume I think was 2-shot, or not Vileplume. Victory Bell was 2-shot, and then Vileplume was a 3-shot. So yeah, that's how those Pokemon played out. Yeah, so that's kind of the stab move options, and they're basically the same with Nidoqueen, just less damage. But I think pretty much all the calcs were the same, except it didn't. I don't think it one-shotted Mr. Oh no. Nidoqueen one-shots Mr. Mime, but I think Mr. Mime could one-shot Nidoking, but not Nidoqueen. I'm pretty sure that's how I calced it. Yeah, then the other moves I recommend are just Rock Slide and Megahorn. Rock Slide's to deal with any of the flying types, because they don't have too much to do on you. Although Mega Pidgeot's Air Slash can be annoying if it gets the flinches, so be worried about that. I think just Rock Slide's just a good option to have just to get a super effective move on those Pokemon. Make them fear switching in on your Earthquake, just that way you have that. Or if they do switch on your Earthquake, being like, free switch, and then you're like, okay, free Rock Slide. And or not free rock slide, but like you'll just start rock sliding them and they can, maybe they'll regret their decision. And then Megahorn is the last move I put on, because if you maybe predict the psychic type switch-ins, you usually do pretty much over 50% damage to any of them that I calced. Alone, or not alone, normal Executor gets absolutely wrecked. It can't survive this at all. Let me think of another Pokemon that doesn't like this. It also helps in Mega Gyarados battles. Like, if you go against the Gyarados, for normal Gyarados, it's better the Rock Slide, but for Mega Gyarados, Mega Horning's better, so it just kind of gives you the option to, if it's a Mega, you can do Mega Horn, and then if it's not a Mega, you use Rock Slide. It's kind of funny. The one you use on Mega has Mega in the name. I find that kind of funny. There's a lot of other options, though, like, if you want, I think Nidoking might be a okay Stealth Rocks. It's not the best. I think the best is going to be Rhydon for Stealth Rocks. But I don't think Nidoking's really going to be a good option for that. You could run a Thunder Punch to deal with water types, but I just feel these moves are much better to put. But yeah, you can like swap any of these other physical moves for these. Outrage, I don't recommend. Ice Punch. Like, I don't really recommend any of these. I mean, if you do want to do Dragon Tail to switch out, because you do have a low speed, so you're not always going to be going first. You could use this as like if your opponent's set up a lot, you could use the Dragon Tail to get him out after you tank a hit. Now, you most likely will be hit really hard, but you can still do that. Although, I think I'd rather prefer this on Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen's a little more tankier. So yeah, I just pretty much use this. I don't think any other option is really better. Not that I can see. Yeah. So, pretty much that's going to be your Nidoking moveset. I recommend Adamant, but if you want to be that guy that goes for Jolly, you can, but 95% of the time you should probably run Adamant. Yeah, but then Nidoqueen, it's basically the same thing, except it's more tankier, but does less damage, and it's a little slower. So, yeah, it kind of sucks that I got slower. But yeah, now one thing we did lose is Megahorn. We no longer have Megahorn, as you can see here. So, kind of compensate for that, I put in Crunch. That way we can still deal with that. It's also just a good attacking option. It does neutral damage to a lot of Pokemon, so found it a pretty good move to put on. But yeah, so basically everything just kind of plays the same. It's just you're now slower and you're not hitting as hard. But pretty much everything's the same, except for, like, I believe Mr. Mime. I'm pretty sure Mr. Mime had a chance to one-shot Nidoking. Or maybe I miscalculated that. Or wait, no, it's not Modest. Yeah. So Mr. Mime, it has a 31% chance to one-shot Nidoking, assuming it's a Modest nature. And you do one-shot it back. I'll show that here. You would one-shot it back. Now, if you're a Nidoqueen, give it the Adamant nature, and then give it a poison jab. Mr. Mime has no chance to one-shot it, but you still one-shot it back. So, this could be good if Mr. Mime for some reason is a problem. I don't see it being too much of a threatening Pokemon. At least I haven't noticed it too often. But it is it is there, so like Nidoqueen could be better in that scenario. I think though, like, let me go back, check the Arcanine, because I think I messed up with something. Thinking back at it, I'm pretty sure I didn't put Adamant here. Yeah, you do have a chance to one-shot Arcanine. Did I show that? I don't remember if I showed that. I think I don't know. That 43%, it's from, I probably already showed that. But if we were to go for Nidoqueen, I'm pretty sure we don't get the same result. I think we still have a chance, but it's like super low and not likely. Oh, actually, no, we don't have a chance to one-shot at all. So then in this situation, Arcanine's going to be winning because all it has to do is, it has to just flamethrower us twice and then we're dead. Assuming it's a modest nature. Actually, wait. Pretty sure there's a scenario where this is important. I think Arcanine does have another move. Let me double check Arcanine. I'm sorry. Probably dragging on this video, but I'm pretty sure it has something we're worried about. I remember. No? I just forget the last minute. I'm trying to remember my calcs. Okay, so I mean, Nidoqueen, like it looks like most of the time it will be getting the same hits, but like there are Pokemon that it does less damage on, and I don't think does get the kill. So not like yeah, like there's Pokemon like this where Ninetales you have an 18% chance with Nidoqueen, but Nidoking has not sure if it was 100 or not. Let me double check. Just doing a lot of calcs here. Yeah, so you have like it goes to a 68% chance to one shot Ninetales. So it's just kind of it's those Pokemon where like you're overkilling, it allows you to tank them better, but like for those Pokemon that you're barely able to kill, uh, Nidoking's better in those scenarios, but those Pokemon that you're overkilling with Nidoking, it's better to have Nidoqueen. So it's just kind of you just kind of got to figure out what is more helpful, like figure out what is the Pokemon more threatening to your entire team, and then just kind of decide between these two. Because most of the time when you're putting them in, you're going to be using Earthquake and Poison Jab, pretty much most of the time, and maybe Rock Slide. Like Crunch and Megahorn aren't really going to be used except in like specific scenarios. Yeah, that's pretty much the difference between them is one it's tankier or more damage. It's your choice, and depending on which Pokemon again are more threatening, that's what one you're gonna be choosing. So, for like Pokemon, it's I'm trying to find a way to easily explain how like this could work out, but I can't. I don't know. But yeah, I feel Nidoking's gonna be the more useful one though, because it does have that speed. Because there are some Pokemon where you will be doing neutral, like such as Articuno. Like with Nidoqueen, you won't be able to do anything against Articuno, but with Nidoking, you at least have a chance to speed tie it. And actually, I think Articuno was if I look back at it, I think this one was a speed tie. Just who won the speed tie, if I'm correct. Because I don't think it one-shotted you. Oh no, it had a chance to one-shot you. Assuming it's using Ice Beam. So Articuno, it's like one of those interesting ones where like you gotta kind of be lucky because you're using Rock Slide. So yeah. But for Nidoking, Nidoking has a chance against Articuno, while Nidoqueen has absolutely no chance because Nidoking's still a two-shot and Nidoqueen is also a two-shot. But since that speed tie isn't happening, assuming the Articuno is a modest nature, it just makes it to where Nidoking is better in that scenario. So yeah, there's a lot of things like that. Like Nidoqueen is kind of just in a really bad speed tier, while Nidoking, it's still bad, but it's at least it's gonna be speed tying some important things and stuff, while Nidoqueen is gonna be outsped by a decent amount of things too. So that's another thing to keep in mind. That's why I think Nidoking is mostly better, because it's got the better speed as well. If Nidoqueen had the same speed, I think you could just switch back and forth easily without much change. But the fact that the speed changes kind of makes Nidoking the better one. But yeah, you're not going to really have an option where you want both of these on your team. That's again why I have it all in one video, because they're basically the same Pokemon. They're pretty much the same Pokemon, just with slightly different stats. So, yeah. I think I've dragged this video on long enough. I think this one's probably going to be one of the longer ones. I don't know. I think that sometimes then it turns out to be short, and then I think the short one's going to be short, and then it turns out to be the longest one. So, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna end this now. There's not really much more to talk about. Again, with this, go physical, adamant. Honestly, at this point, just go all out adamant. Don't even try Jolly, because you're not in a good speed tier for Jolly to be useful. So yeah. So hope you enjoyed this video. Making more moveset guides often. You used to be trying to make them daily, but that's kind of failed. So yeah, yeah, I'm trying to get these all out for Let's Go. At first I planned to get them all out before Christmas, but that doesn't seem like it's gonna be the case at all, because I'm not even halfway through and Christmas is in 4 days. So yeah. But yeah, so again, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see those upcoming ones that are about to come. I'm doing it in Pokedex order and stuff, so yeah, you can anticipate what's coming next and how long your favorite Pokemon's gonna take to get to. But yeah, so bye.